Hey, what's up, everyone? Watashi wa Kennedy desu. So, hope everyone is doing well. One of the things I want to do when talking about Japan is also talking about the various, not just the locations and restaurants and cool sites to visit, but also cool statues that you may be at when you're waiting at a station, and certain things that might be nearby that, that may be worth checking out. And what I'm going to talk about right now is Odawara. This one right here, as you can see a photo, is about the Hojo Soun statue at Odawara Station. So, before I go into talking about Soun, uh, one of the things is that when you are in Kanagawa Prefecture and you're riding the Shinkansen in Odawa, especially if you're going to Odawara Station, it's good to know that it's an area that has a castle, Odawara Castle. And Odawara, it was the home of the castle of the late Hojo or Odawara Hojo clan, which rivaled the Tokugawa clan. Back in 1590, the warrior Toyotomi Hideyoshi would lead his massive army to surround Odawara Castle, but instead of battling for 3 months, the Hojo clan stuck inside their castle without fighting at all and suffered a shortage of food and supplies, and they eventually surrendered. Their land would be given to one of Toyotomi's top generals, Tokugawa Ieyasu, and possibly one of the most post brutalities ever committed was towards the tea master Soji Yamanoe, which was sentenced by Toyotomi to have his ears and nose cut off, and then he was later decapitated. That's just like insane right there. But so what does this all have to do with Hojo Soun? Okay, well, Hojo was the first head daimyo of the later Hojo clan, one of the great powers of the Sengoku period. His father, Ise Morisada, was the lord of Bichu Takagoshiyama Castle, but since he was loved like a son by Ise Sadame of the Ise clan in Kyoto, he was adopted into that family. While his family name was Ise, according to legend, the clan members were generally called Shinkoro. He was called Shinkoro. So, many writings refer to him as Ise Shinkoro. For the sake of convenience, historians and various document records from the Edo period to the modern times ultimately refer to him as Hojo Soun. He's known for gaining control of various clans, even going so far to secure Odawara Castle with an act of treachery by seizing the castle after arranging for its lord of Odawara Castle to be murdered while out deer hunting. Prior to that, Hojo presented himself as a friend and father figure to the young lord of Odawara, bringing him expensive gifts. So in a way, it was a more of an act of betrayal, trying to be nice and cool with the young lord, and then eventually showing his true colors of taking over the castle and the city. But he as brutal as it may sound, he was actually known for being a person who cared about the people. When the people of Izu saw that their hometown was occupied by the new Lord Soun, they were very frightened of him, and they didn't know what kind of person he was, so they fled their homes in fear. Soun made a 3-part agreement with the local wealthy families, and those were: first, you are not allowed to steal from other people's homes; second, you are not allowed to steal money, jewelry, and valuables; and third, you are prohibited from leaving your home and fleeing. So Soun's army will not do any harm to the people of Izu as long as they follow those 3 rules. At the time, an epidemic was also starting to spread in Izu, and when the disease spread in Izu, he didn't hesitate to spend he did not hesitate to spend money to treat the people. He gave medicine to save them, and he also lowered the annual tribute from 5 public officials and 5 civilians to 4 public officials and 6 civilians. Soon built a new castle near the Gakuetsu Imperial Palace and designated it as his residence. So this is known as Niriyama Castle. As for the statue, though, just take a look at it. Let's see if I can... I think that's pretty much good enough right there. Let's see if we can go a little bigger. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so you see the castle of Hojo Soun. And you will see that he's holding a torch. And you'll see his oxen right there. So what is that supposed to mean? Hold on here. Let me show it so you can see the oxen even closer. There we go. So what is that supposed to mean when with the torches and the oxen? Well, according to Wikipedia, back in 1495, Shinkodo had ambitions for Odawara Castle, and he successively inspected Odawara Castle's protective walls and other structures. He found that the city's defenses were solid and difficult to capture. So Shinkodo attacked the castle with his full fireball strategy. So he first complained to Omori Fujiori that there were too many wild deer, so he and Izu residents need to go on a large-scale hunting, saying if anyone accidentally entered the Hakone Mountains, I hope Fujiori would forgive me. So Fujiori said, tell Shinkodo-sama not to go outside and treat Hakone as his own backyard, and he's welcome to hunt anytime. So he's always looked at Shinkodo as a generous man, and he would give gifts when fishing and hunting during festivals. And so Fujiori would develop this relationship of trust with Soun, but unfortunately it was to his undoing. He lowered his guard as Soun was just pretending to be his close confidant. Shinkodo disguised his troops as a hunting team and used Rambo, ninja, the Fuma clan, to set off from Lake Ashi to Mount Ishigaki, and then to send the Fuma ninjas to create commotion and set fire to the city. Finally, the troops entered the city of Odawara. Shinkodo got a herd of his bison, tied a bundle of firewoods to their horns, and then lit it afire and allowed the herd to run wild inside and outside Odawara Castle. So this would make the scene even more chaotic. When Fujiori learned that the attacker was actually Shinkodo, he was at a loss, and he could only leave Odawara Castle in a hurry. Since capturing the city, it has become the territory of the Hojo clan for more than 90 years. That is until someone big came and pretty much took it for themselves. So, and that was Toyotomi. So, but yes, if you go to Odawara Castle, you can see the castle still. It's still there in Odawara City, Kanagawa. And Hojo Soun will go on to live a long life. I mean, he lived till age 88 and died in Niriyama Castle in 1519. He created his own family law, 17 articles, which was the first prototype of the law of dividing the country. And at the same time, he was the first daimyo to implement land inspection among the daimyo of the Warring States period. The statue can be found in the west exit of the station. To be truthful, it's not a statue that one should go all the way out to see, unless Odawara is a stop that you are on your way to Hakone. And then, I guess you could say the statue is worth checking out if you happen to be at Odawara Station. But for me, I just, I when I see these statues, when I visit various locations, I'm left trying to understand what is the meaning of these statues. What is the meaning of this man right here? What is the purpose of the statue being here and its significance? And in this case, this person's statue was there because he ended up capturing Odawara Castle and the city itself and giving it to the Hojo clan. So a lot of history that goes on to this, and it's just very interesting to know and read about, and probably we'll do more of these. Every time I go to different areas throughout Japan and introduce you to certain characters or people, not characters, but people that grew up around that time, and their significance and why a statue was made for them. Okay, everyone, that is about it. You all take care, and I will see you later. Wink, wink, and see you later, everyone. Bye-bye.